First, I'm going to show you how I bake bread. So it's a Saturday morning in beautiful northern Everett, which is about 30 miles north of Seattle. So I've got everything set up here. First thing we need is 1 cup of warm water. Some people use a thermometer, but I've done this so many times that I know what the right temperature is by touch. So there's a cup of water. Next thing is a half a teaspoon of yeast. Got my spoon right here. Okay, that goes in there. Then this is dough conditioner. So this will make the bread lighter and fluffier and last longer. And so it has enzymes and other good stuff in it. So I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of that in there. Now this is a recipe that I developed from another recipe where after much experimentation I figured out what was the right balance of everything for me. So the next step is we do the oil before the sugar, right? Because the oil will help the sugar come off faster. So we're going to do 3 tablespoons, and this is premium sesame oil, which gives a nice nutty roasted flavor. Okay, that's 3 tablespoons of that. And then 3 tablespoons, so it's easy to remember everything, right? 3 tablespoons is some blue agave. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's everything. For a little bit of slurry, I like to mix it around a little bit. The next thing is this is Alice. This is my sourdough starter. So Alice is about 3 years old, and it's actually Alice 3. So we won't talk about Alice 1 and 2, but suffice it to say, this is perishable, and you want to make sure it's fed and kept properly. So we'll give it a nice mix. So I pulled this out Thursday after work. I fed it then, and then Friday I fed it twice. First when I got up in the morning, and then after work again. So about 12 hours apart or so. A little break with our sponsor, Skillable. Okay, so we need about 2.5 cups of this starter. And you want to put water on your cup. This will make the starter come off your measuring cup much easier. Okay, there's 1. And bread making, a lot of people treat it like it's science. And well, you know, of course it is, but you don't have to be precise in measurements and weights and all of that with this type of baking, at least. A lot of this I improvise, just depending upon the consistency or viscosity of my sourdough starter. So that's about 2.5 cups. Okay. We go over here and put this on our mixer. Okay, and I'm going to set the timer for 9 minutes. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the bread flour. I like to use King Arthur bread flour. So it has 2 tops. Put the first one on. That, and we're going to go ahead and start the timer, 9 minutes. And I'm going to put 4 half cups, so 2 cups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's roughly halfway through. I'm going to add a tablespoon of salt. Okay, and then I'm going to add at least 4 more half cups, so at least 2 more cups. It's probably going to be another one after that. We'll see. That's 2, 3, and 4. Now I can tell by the consistency that this is getting pretty close. So you can let it run for a little bit, see how it settles, and then adjust from there. Okay, so I like to use ghee. It imparts a really nice flavor, almost like it toasts the crust. So, and I've got cast iron bread pans. I found that I like these the best. I used glass before, but cast iron really does the trick. Okay, and then spread it in the pan. All right, that's done. So we've got just a couple more minutes. Let's check this. Okay, so yeah, it's looking like it needs just a little bit more, so I'll add a little bit more. And it's still got 5 minutes to go, so that's good. And you can see how it's picking up off the sides of the bowl there. That's really good. Okay. I have a feeling I'm going to have to add just a little bit more, but I'm going to give it another couple of minutes. So in the meantime, I'm going to grab some sesame seeds. Looks like we need to go get some more pretty soon. Our loaves are going to have to proof for about 4 to 5 hours, so I'm going to set the stove up to do that. It's nice that our oven has a proofing option. So that's ready to go, and now we'll come back over here. Okay, we're back over here, and we're just about done. A minute to go. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of sesame seeds. So everything you've noticed is 3 tablespoons. Makes it really easy to remember. All right, so that's just got another minute to go. Looking really good. So we'll move this over here and get our space ready. And we're ready. Okay. This is my favorite part. It all comes together. Ta-da. So we'll come over here. And dump this stuff off of here. Don't want to miss any here. Okay, and now we're going to plop this out onto our floured surface. Just needs a little bit of coaxing. Okay. Now you may be questioning, why is that sticking to the plastic? That's because this has 3 tablespoons of sugar in it. Okay. The interesting thing about the sesame oil and the sesame seeds and honey is it doesn't really have a pronounced flavor. It's more of a background, sort of a warm flavor. A little bit nutty, a little bit sweet. So I'm just going to knead this just a little bit more until we have something like that. And then we're going to cut this in half. Some people like to weigh to make sure they got the same size, but not me. The last time I weighed something, I was off by an ounce or less, or not much. Okay, and then we'll shape. We want a little bit of surface tension there. That's why I fold and tuck like this. A little more flour on my hands. That's one. That goes in the pan there. And the next one. A little surface tension. I like this technique, folding under each time. These and voila. Okay, now I'm gonna grab a little towel and we're gonna put these in the oven where I've got it set on proof. Separate it a little bit in case they rise. We don't want them to touch each other. Tea towel over top. Close that up, and now we're going to give it about 4 to 5 hours. Okay, it's been about 4.5 hours, and it's time to pull these out of the oven and preheat it. There's 1 and 2. And set the oven to convection bake to 410 degrees. Start. Set the timer for 21 minutes. And then we'll wait for the oven to heat up, and that's when they'll go in. Okay, so it's been about 5-10 minutes or so, and the oven beeped, so it's ready. I'm just gonna give these a quick spray of water. All right. Give the door a good spray so we have some steam that will make it nice and crusty. Crusty is good. All right. 21 minutes, and then we're going to turn it and do another 11 minutes. Okay, it's been 21 minutes. Time to turn these. 45 degrees. Looking good. And I'm going to give them another little steam. And I've set this for 11 minutes, so we'll start that. In 11 minutes, they'll be done. Okay, it has been 11 minutes and time to pull them out. There we go. Okay, and go on. Put that there. Whoops. Close that off. Turn that off. Thing of beauty. All right, and we'll let those cool off for a few hours and then have a slice. All right, so it's been a few hours and now it's time to have a little taste test. One for me. And one for the cameraman. Some nice Irish butter. Oh, it's so good. You can see lots of nice air bubbles. And this is bread where you want it, the heels. So, my friends, that's how I make my bread.